So if you think AI is just about asking a chatbot a question and getting an answer back, well, get ready for a pretty major upgrade. We are about to go way beyond simple conversation and meet the next big leap in artificial intelligence. This is the kind of AI that promises to solve problems for us before we even know we have them. You know the feeling, right? We have all been there. You have a simple problem you need to solve, but you find yourself trapped in this endless back and forth, repeating the same information over and over and over again. It's just frustrating, it's inefficient, and honestly, it feels like a massive waste of time. Okay, so take a simple healthcare appointment. First, you have to explain why you're calling. Then the agent on the other end confirms your current appointment details. Then you have to provide your new availability. And finally, after all those steps, the new appointment is booked. It's a totally reactive, step-by-step process that really puts all the work on you.
Now, just for a second, imagine a totally different world. A world where the problem is solved before you even pick up the phone. A world where the system is proactive, not reactive.
See? This is a fundamentally different experience. Instead of you frantically calling the airline in a panic, the system contacts you. It's already identified the problem, a weather alert, and it hasn't just fixed the immediate issue of your flight, it also anticipated your next need, like booking a hotel for the night. This, right here, is the world of Agentic AI. Now, that kind of proactive problem-solving power, it sounds a little bit like science fiction, but the technology behind it is very, very real. So let's break down exactly what we mean when we talk about Agentic AI. At its core, an AI agent is a system that's designed not just to give you information, but to actually achieve a goal. It can reason its way through a problem, create a multi-step plan, and, this is the crucial part, use external tools to execute that plan all on its own. You know, maybe think of it this way. A chatbot is kind of like a helpful librarian. It's great at finding information for you. But an AI agent, that's more like a personal assistant who not only finds the information, but then goes out, makes the calls, books the reservations, and actually gets the job done for you.
So how does an AI actually go from simply responding to proactively acting? What gives it the ability to, think? To find out, we need to open up the agent's toolbox and see what's inside.
Okay, so an AI agent really just combines a few key components. At its heart, you've got the brain. That's a large language model, or LLM, which provides all the reasoning power. But a brain needs hands. These are its tools, things like APIs that let it actually interact with the digital world. It uses memory to keep track of the conversation and a planning module to figure out how to use its brain and hands together to get that goal accomplished. And this whole process runs in this really clever loop called REACT, which, as you might guess, stands for reason and act. You give it a goal, and first it reasons about what it needs to do. Then it takes an action by using one of its tools. It observes the result of that action, thinks about the next step, and just keeps this loop going until the final goal is achieved. It's a continuous cycle of thought, action, and observation. So when you put that brain, those hands, and that whole React loop together, what do you actually get? Well, let's circle back to our customer service example to see the truly dramatic shift in what suddenly becomes possible. I mean, the difference is just night and day. The traditional model is totally reactive and fragmented, right? It solves one little piece of the puzzle at a time. The agentic model, on the other hand, is proactive and holistic. It solves the core problem and all the related problems around it, all in one seamless autonomous action. This technology is incredibly powerful. But here's the surprising part, the twist in the story. Simply having the best tech is not what guarantees success. The reality of making this stuff work is actually far more human than you might think. Yeah, when we think about AI, we tend to focus on the algorithm. But according to a BCG report, that's only about 10% of what creates real impact. The technology and the data, that's another 20%. The vast majority, a full 70%, comes from people. It's all about redesigning workflows, training teams, and managing the human side of all this technological change. Because, hey, the best tool in the world is useless if nobody knows how to use it, or if the process it's supposed to improve is already broken. And business leaders, they know this is the real challenge. An overwhelming 98% of them agree that managing this human element, this whole process of change, is absolutely critical for any generative AI project to actually deliver on its promise. But here's the paradox. While almost everyone agrees it's important, a staggering 65% of those same leaders admit that this people problem is their single biggest barrier to success. So there's this massive gap between knowing that change management is the key and actually having the resources or the skills to do it effectively. But for those who do manage to cross that gap, the payoff is very real. Nearly 40% of companies that are implementing Gen AI are already seeing a tangible financial impact. So the pioneers, the ones who are tackling these human challenges head on, they are the ones reaping the rewards. Which, of course, brings us to the big question.
So, with this technology arriving and companies starting to figure out how to really use it, what does this mean for the future of how we all work?
The picture that's emerging here isn't one of replacement, but of collaboration. Agentic AI is really shaping up to be the ultimate co-pilot, a powerful tool we can delegate these complex, multi-step tasks to. And that frees us up to focus less on the execution and more on the high-level strategy, the creativity, and the human connection that truly matters.
It's a really powerful idea to think about. Consider your own day-to-day work or even your life. From coordinating schedules to planning travel to managing entire projects, what's the first complex thing you would delegate to your own personal AI agent? The possibilities are really just beginning to unfold.